Now at 5, an active radar tracking rain and storms this evening and more in the forecast.
After being told they couldn't sell inside the convention center during IBE, some food vendors are turning to an outdoor market. Why they say this is still a win for small businesses.
A car stolen with the ashes of a woman's son inside.
Tonight, the investigation bringing the priceless keepsake back to her.
Plus, we will tell you why you might want to skip the lettuce on your next Taco Bell order. We are breaking down what the CDC is now saying about cases here in Indiana.
It's 5 o'clock. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. We start with this, a look at radar, because at this hour we have pop-up showers and storms active in our area. I'm Anne Marie.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence here with Angela, who's tracking this system for us. It looks very spotty as we head into this heat wave weekend.
Yes, and that makes it difficult to make outdoor plans because it may be fine and then a few minutes later it might not be fine. So check the radar before and during those outdoor plans and plan accordingly. Know where to go in the event you get under one of these pop-up storms. Localized flooding and lightning are the primary threats. We've got a couple of big cells over Marion County now, one on the south side. This may have an impact on the late afternoon, early evening drive right over 465, and then a stronger cell on the northeast side. This is moving northeast toward Castleton and the Lawrence area. We've got some rain over Bloomington, another cell just to the west or western sections of Lake Monroe. Here's Interstate 69, slow moving storms over Hartford City, moving back toward the Portland area, and slow moving storms, heavy rain, lots of lightning, Tipton County, south through Hamilton County. Last local stop shows some spotty showers and storms in between Lafayette and Frankfort. This type of activity will continue the next several hours. Air quality, moderate to good for us, unfortunately still unhealthy as we move north and east, unhealthy to very unhealthy to hazardous. I point this out because we are still technically under an air quality alert, and we may see that smoke come back into play for the end of the weekend. Speaking of playing, our fever at home tonight, taking on appropriate the storm. Temperatures will be in the 80s, scattered storms for that 7:30 tip.
All right, thanks so much, Ange.
Well, the Indiana Black Expo Summer Celebration, it looks a little bit different this year. Some vendors are selling outside after they were told they could not sell inside the convention center.
Our Jenna Webster went to check it out. She went to the market where the small business owners say in or out. They're just excited for the opportunity to grow their business.
Let me have you try my world's greatest coffee, okay?
Any small business owner knows any chance to get your product in front of your customers
Try that for me.
is one you have to take.
No cream, no sugar.
It's why Talisa Bell
No, ma'am.
was excited to bring her coffee, My Life Wellness, to the Indiana Black Expo Summer Celebration.
You guys enjoy. Send everybody out here.
This outdoor market is new this year, after vendors were told just weeks ago they wouldn't be able to sell inside the convention center.
I was hurt because, you know, so much goes into planning for an event like this. I took off work. I bought supplies. Amazon knows me by first name now.
The change comes after some vendors' licenses didn't match the requirements needed for food and beverage sales.
Although this is a particular law that has been in place since 2022 for home-based vendors, but that's never been an issue for these vendors.
IBE President Alice Watson was just as surprised, refunded the vendors, and worked with them to create this.
Tempt you guys with some sweets down here.
But the hope is the outdoor setting means even more exposure.
That's 4.
Not just those inside the expo.
It's very important so they can, rise above and have their business steady growing and going.
We just won't get the same exposure anywhere else. You know, there are other smaller farmers markets and things of that nature, but this is so much bigger and for the community.
Saria Walton is a first-year IBE vendor and says this is still a win for her.
As a small business owner, we sacrifice for success. We all have other jobs or responsibilities, school, college, full-time jobs, kids, and families. So being out here, it's just part of our legacy.
Pivoting and persevering.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
Something small business owners know a thing or two about.
And enjoy.
In Indianapolis, Jenna Webster, 13 News.
IBE isn't sure if the outdoor market will continue next year because the streets will be back open because this construction is supposed to be wrapped up by then. But they say The convention center and the caterer have committed to making sure that vendors' licenses and permits are passed well before the event starts next year. And it is worth noting that 365 Live Market will continue throughout the weekend if you'd like to go check it out.
So today we also saw the IBE corporate luncheon honoring multiple celebrities and leaders. IBE says the 6 honorees have a lasting impact on entertainment, faith, music, sports, and community. And among those recognized include Terry Carmichael Jackson. She's the executive director of the Women's National Basketball Players Association. And she says her Excellence in Sports Award is for all the players of the WNBA following their historic collective bargaining agreement.
I am proud to serve as their executive director. This award is so meaningful. I accept it on behalf of them and their work and their leadership and their courage.
And other honorees included South Bend native October London, Delray Lindo, Anthony Anderson, and Pastor Jeffrey Johnson, Sr. of Eastern Star Church. And Beyonce's father was there as well, Matthew Knowles.
And so was Felicia, who was the host. Got to see you up there on stage,
Thank you,
looking
lady.
lovely, pretty in pink.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you. It's an exciting time. It was an exciting evening, and of course, they took care of business too. And it is always interesting to see what kind of words of inspiration these big names, these big celebs are going to leave. So, really fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, the fun continues for IBA. In fact, less than an hour, the Music Heritage Festival will be kicking off. That is over at Carroll Stadium on the IU Indy campus. There's a handful of performers planning for tonight, including R&B singer Kim, who's headlining the event.
And the IBE Summer Celebration continues through the weekend with plenty of events to check out around town. Some of the big ones tomorrow you should keep in mind. The Mental Health Symposium from noon to 2 is at the Convention Center. Then at 4 o'clock, the IBE Fashion Show. And
then at 10 p.m., the All White Affair concert. That's at the Convention Center Ballroom. Sunday at noon, it's the Midwest International Boxing Showcase. It is also the final day of the Health Fair. Go to the Health Fair. It's a really good one. I think it's the best one in Central Indiana. It's very detailed. Lots of freebies, too. It's from 1 to 6. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you've got the Gospel Explosion. That's over at the Convention Center event stage. But first, join me and Steve Jefferson tonight over at Carroll Stadium for the music festival.
Really fun, and prayers for the rain there. Hopefully things clear on out for everybody. All right, a bittersweet ending after 2 months of heartbreak for an Indianapolis mother. Her car was stolen in May with her son's ashes still inside.
She feared that because of this, they'd be gone forever. But this week, she got an unexpected text, and it changed everything. Ashton Hackman takes us back to where it all began.
And she tells me when she woke up that morning in May, her Kia, which was parked in this spot, was missing. At first, she thought it was towed, but then quickly learned that was not the case.
Ellie Anderson has been on edge ever since. Her car was locked. She still had both key fobs, but someone got inside and drove away, taking something far more valuable than a car, her son Joshua's ashes, and artwork honoring his memory. She shared her story with me through American Sign Language. They go everywhere with me. I was stunned. In that moment, I knew I had lost my son's ashes. Then Wednesday, police say they found 22-year-old Ryak Deng with the stolen Kia at a gas station. He allegedly rammed a state trooper's cruiser trying to escape. Now he's charged with felony auto theft and resisting law enforcement, while already on probation for auto theft in Boone County. While he stole my car, he was out enjoying himself. Now she's just grateful her son is back and hopes the man accused of taking him from her stays in jail. He needs to do time for his crimes.
For now, Deng is being held in jail on no bond until his initial hearing on Tuesday. He could also face a probation violation in Boone County. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
Beech Grove Schools just confirming its fleet of school buses was targeted in a recent large-scale catalytic converter theft. And it happened again. You might remember this happened to the school district not too long ago, back in May. The stolen equipment was just replaced. Now it's gone again. That's not good. The district said after the May theft, they evaluated their security system. They ordered upgrades, but They're still waiting to get them installed. So despite the thefts, the district says they plan to start the school year as planned. It's coming up this month on July 29th. Right now, they're working on a transportation plan to make sure that all students can safely get to and from school.
Oh my goodness. I hate stories like that.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
Tonight, Indiana now confirmed to be among 5 states where this diarrhea outbreak has been linked to shredded lettuce from Taco Bell.
Samantha Johnson spent the day looking into it. And Sam, can you tell us how they know that it's from Taco Bell? Because for so long they were saying they didn't know where it was from.
Yeah, and they're testing to see if there are other foods related to this outbreak too. But we do know in some states, like here in Indiana, this is a reportable illness. And that means if you test positive, it's then reported to public health and you will be interviewed about where and what you've been eating. And according to data collected by the CDC, more than 1,600 people with this pretty gnarly diarrhea illness reported eating at Taco Bell. So now the CDC is saying stay away from the shredded iceberg lettuce in at least 5 states. That's Indiana, Michigan, Kentucky, Ohio, and West Virginia. There are now 37 confirmed cases right here in Marion County and plenty of other places across our state too, from Delaware County down to Monroe County. I talked to an epidemiologist, an IU professor today, who says so far this outbreak isn't deadly, but it's not pleasant.
You know, the explosive diarrhea part is probably the biggest telltale sign. I mean, we all experience different aches and pains, but sometimes we don't go to the doctor. But if this is persistent and ongoing and abnormal, it's time to call the doctor.
Now, so far, NBC News is reporting the lettuce is now being traced back to Taylor Farms. You might recognize that logo there. They are known pretty widely for a lot of their salad mixes that you can buy at the grocery store too. Today, they announced they are recalling some of their products, pulling products that they're getting out of Mexico as well. So this is really starting to unfold now. Taco Bell also responding tonight. They shared a statement saying in part, quote, the affected ingredient from our supplier is being indefinitely removed from our supply chain nationwide and will be replaced within 24 hours. Now, despite that, the advice from the professor we talked to today was maybe just avoid it altogether if you can for the time being. And they say if you're going out to restaurants, not just Taco Bell, but really anything, spare yourself the salad maybe, just to be safe.
Yeah, and at home to get the head lettuce rather than these bags of lettuce, peel off the outer layers, wash well before you
That's the best advice.
All
Yes,
right.
more to come.
Thanks, Sam. Some big news to report for you on this Friday night, and it's coming from Bloomington. IU Hoosiers football. IU securing a commitment from the top-rated high school football player in the state.
We are talking about Lawrence North standout wide receiver Monchin Sales. Sales made the commitment official this afternoon on the Pat McAfee show.
He says it was a hard decision. He narrowed down his choices to Texas, Alabama, and IU before ultimately deciding he was going to take his talents to Bloomington. Sales is now entering his senior season at Lawrence North. You can go out and watch him play. A lot cheaper ticket for sure. Easier to get a seat than in Bloomington. The top-rated wide receiver recruit in the country, according to 247 Sports. So congratulations to IU and congratulations to Master Sales.
That's awesome. All right, Angela, you know we like rooting for the home team.
Yes, we do, and we're glad we can continue to root for him as well. No severe storms right now, but that severe threat increases on Saturday. I'll explain in your forecast.
Also, taking race and sex out of state-awarded contracts.
Minority business owners respond to the latest move by Indiana Governor Braun ahead at 5:30. But before that, there is a new threat, and it's coming from the Secretary of Homeland Security.
We're going to share his message to state and local election leaders next.